Okay, so I just checked my YouTube and figured out that apparently I have 34 some odd subscribers, so I want to apologize for the lack of uploads. I have very little ideas that pop up in my head for good videos. I I need to work on that, but I'll try to do better and post some more content for y'all. But I've had one idea for a while now that we want to do, so I kind of figured today I'd go ahead and do that. But today we're going to be talking about these, the Blackhawk serpa holster. I know a lot of people hate these and think they're absolute garbage. Before we go into that though, I do want to make it known all firearms are unloaded and there's no ammunition within reach. But I've been watching several videos across YouTube, watching people have NDs or negligent discharges with their firearms due to these, and every single one of them is the same. The issue people are having is whenever they grab their firearm and they push that button to release the firearm, they're drawing, and as they draw, they're sweeping their trigger finger down, just like this, and they're still having the force put on there from pushing the button, and it's coming down, and they're missing the trigger guard, and pulling the trigger and sending a round in their thigh. These holsters are designed with this button. There we are. I'm sorry, I've got horrible lighting in here. On the top. That was made there for a reason. This lever that lifts up right here, this side of it, inside the holster has a little triangle. And what it does is it clips on to your trigger guard right about here. And I mean, you can see the wear on it. I mean, that's where the latch engages on your trigger guard. You'll notice, if you watch the trigger guard and the holster, when you put them together, the paddle where you're supposed to put your finger stays in line with the frame perfectly, not the trigger. You'll also notice while you're holding your firearm and you've got your trigger or your finger off the trigger, your finger is in line with the frame. Now they did that on purpose so that when you properly draw your pistol, your index finger goes along the side of the frame where it's supposed to. So a good rule of thumb is, with pretty much anything firearms related, is practice training, muscle memory. I mean, it all boils down to muscle memory. If you do something wrong and you keep doing it wrong, you're going to continue to do that wrong, whatever the heck it is. You're going to build up bad muscle memory, and whatever bad habit you have, you're going to have a heck of a time breaking it. So get good training. There's plenty of free knowledge on YouTube. I mean, you just have to find it from a reputable source. I know, obviously, I'm not a reputable source. I'm just some guy on the internet, but I've learned this from several reputable sources, actual firearms instructors. But if you go out there, you find good training. I mean, you can pay a little bit of money here and there for a few basic classes too, and they're fantastic. But if you learn right the first time and you build up the muscle memory, you've got it. It's like riding a bike, and you don't have to worry about breaking a bad habit. That's what the issue is with these holsters. A lot of people grab the holster and they're like, okay, cool, this is a level 2 retention holster, great, all fine and dandy. Well, the problem is holstering and reholstering with a serpa holster is a lot like speed reloads under stress. I mean, you have to do it and do it and do it. You have to build up muscle memory, and you have to train to where your hand goes on it and it comes right out and it goes right back in. probably going to make a video in the future of how to properly clear a shirt and draw from a serpa holster for concealment, because this is what I use for conceal carry. I've got a long button-down t-shirt, or button-down shirt I wear over my t-shirt, and I wear this on my belt, and my button-down covers this up very nicely. If you know what you're doing, you can conceal a full-size handgun very easily. But what I'm trying to say in a very, very long run-on sentence is practice with these, and you won't end up putting a bullet in your thigh. It's very simple. You put your hand on the firearm like you're going to be shooting. Push with your index finger. Now don't push like this. Don't push down here or up here or anything. Keep your finger locked straight, and then just put pressure on there. And then the pressure will stay, and it will rest on top of the frame right there. If you bend your finger and you push it with the end of your finger like this, you can see your finger lands right there if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, your finger can slip and go right in that trigger guard and pull that trigger. So you lock your finger in and you only move it like this. You do not move your knuckle on the middle of your index. You lock it and you drag it. You just let your finger drag across that button. Break the retention, and then you go into you finish your draw, you go on to target, and you fire if needed. It's very simple, very straightforward. As long as you're not an idiot being stupid, you can do it. Just put the holster on your belt, take your gun out, unload it. Please, goodness gracious, unload it, and do some dry fire drills. Sit there, draw, reholster, do it and do it and do it. I don't know how well it comes over the camera, but you can see all the holster wear on this thing is all from dry fire. I love this gun to death. I love shooting it. 45 is just so expensive to shoot though nowadays. I don't shoot as much as I like to, so pretty much all the wear on this is from dry fire drills. I mean, obviously, if you conceal carry and you trust your life to a firearm, you don't want to just rely on dry fire drills alone, because you need to get used to the recoil. You need to practice for any kind of malfunction, jam, anything like that. You need to train for all that, so you do need to put plenty of rounds downrange. I guess kind of unrelated, but I guess while we're on the topic anyways, don't just go out and buy a box of ammunition and say, yeah, it's going to run through my gun, and start carrying it. Put about 50 rounds through it. Test it. Make sure it's okay. I'll probably make a video talking about some real good hollow points and carry loads that are time proven and very, very effective. But yeah, y'all just be safe, take care, practice, train, build muscle memory, and you won't hurt yourself. Anyway, y'all take care, be safe.